You ready to go, bud?
It's ready as I'll ever be.
All right, let's head on out. Whoops, Donnie's driving today. I'm on the wrong side. Not used to getting in on that side. And this door doesn't open. Boo! Because I drove so far yesterday, Dawn bumped our charge rate back up to make full use of our circuit, which is the 1450.
Yeah, I charged at 40 amps.
Right. And I just looked over and I said, so do we get all the way charged? And Dawn said, no, it looks like the car stopped charging at 2:30ish in the morning. We've got 160 miles of range this morning. We don't have our full range. So yeah, we're not sure what happened. We'll see if Tesla-Fi tells us anything. That's kind of curious. It should be enough, but yeah, we don't have our full range this morning. With Dawn driving this morning, we're making like record time getting into downtown. Actually, we left 10 minutes early. It's not that he's been driving fast, it's just that we left early.
I'm just been keeping up with traffic.
And he's drinking coffee, which I can't have yet. But you just wait till that test's over with, because I'm going straight to Starbucks. Joey's fitting in pretty good back there this morning. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Mom.
You guys have a good day.
You too, Mom.
Love you. I'll see you at robotics, Johnny.
Okay.
So Dawn got me through last night, but it was not easy. I had the worst headache of my entire life. I fell asleep with my head on his shoulder for a couple hours, at least, and then I got up and worked on the video, which thankfully the headache didn't come back as bad, but I've still got it this morning. Yeah, that caffeine withdrawal, it is a not fun experience. No pressure to back up straight or anything.
Right. Well, what I want to do is, we learned last time we came here that you can pull back too far into these kinds of superchargers. And not that we have anybody in the back seat, but if you have somebody in the back, you can't open the Falcon Wing doors, because it'll hit the...
So Dawn and I are over here at North Hills to get some juice. A, because we have to kill some time before my test, and B, because we didn't get all the juice that we intended to get last night.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go walk.
There's Ruby over there charging, and right now Target is closed, and I gotta pee, so I'm looking for the restrooms. So I'm going to see if I can go into the mall and find out where the restrooms are. So I came up those inoperable turned off escalators, and there's all these cars up here. And I guess I'm going to go over to that Chick-fil-A over there. This is not really a mall. This is like a shopping center. I did not know that. So don't tell Marianne, but I did use the restroom here, but I also got me chicken biscuit. She's having that procedure, so she doesn't get to eat this morning. So over here at the superchargers, there's also a couple level J1772 type chargers over there. There is one other Tesla charging here besides Ruby. My understanding is probably over there at that tall building across the street, there's actually a 50 kilowatt charger, high-speed charger. I think it's Chatamo. I don't think we have a CCS here yet. Maybe Marianne and I will go by and check it out someday.
So hey Donnie, how was your walk? Did you find some place to use the facilities?
Yes, it's very brisk. It's 41 degrees out there and the wind's blowing, so I'm glad I didn't have to walk more than, it was maybe 3-4 minutes. I had to go up, ride one escalator and walk up one other escalator that wasn't on right now. And then I popped out into the main shopping area. Lots of little stores and little cutesy places and artsy places, you know. A lot of cars up there. But there was a Chick-fil-A that was open. All those other businesses, best I could tell, were closed, although there were a lot of cars up there. But so I went into the Chick-fil-A and used the facilities, and don't tell Mary Ann, it's just our secret. But I got a chicken biscuit.
That's all right. I'm gonna be having me a Java chip mocha frappuccino here just in a couple hours. It's in a couple hours. Well, we wanted to head back out at 8 o'clock pretty much no matter what our charge was, but we got up to our typical 80% charge here, so the timing is good. Best we could do was this end spot. Parking lot here is pretty full. All right, we're all settled in here waiting for them to call me for my test, and Dawn has all of the necessary equipment.
Yeah, newspaper,
Laptop, Chromebook.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get coffee here in a minute.
He's gonna go get coffee.
Yeah, I didn't want to drink it in front of her. Nice guy that I am.
Well, 3 hours later, Dawn and I are back in Ruby, headed to Fuquay. That experience was really bad. It was absolutely horrible. They want your heart rate down to 60 beats per minute to take the images, and they'll give you beta blockers, calcium blockers, sedatives, all kinds of things to help get it down there. And I guess after the initial stuff didn't work with me, they tried some other stuff, and in the end they ended up taking the pictures, and my heartbeat was still 75 or 80 beats a minute. So the pictures are probably no good, and they basically tortured me for 3 hours and wouldn't let me see Dawn. And yeah, it was really bad. It was. And yeah, so it's Thursday, and I am going to resurrect myself with some coffee and a little something to eat real quick, and load up the Lego equipment and head back to the boys' school and do the robotics, which I'm looking forward to and hoping I should be feeling good enough to do. They're building again today, so I don't need to stand up there and lecture the whole time. I can sit down and help. I don't have to be full steam ahead today in order for today to be successful. But yeah, I won't be signing up for that test anytime soon. It was just to double check that the stress test we did 1.5 years ago was really okay like we thought it was. And yeah, this double checking ended up being a not good thing for me. Well, I visited with my cats. I got my Lego stuff loaded up back here. And I enjoyed a Chick-fil-A sandwich and a large frosted coffee. Yeah, their frosted coffee with their ice cream is pretty good. Now I'm headed back to the boys' school to do robotics, which I think I feel good enough to do. Will it work?
Oh, okay. Oh.
Oh, wow, that is cool.
Let me try it.
I think they're all very pleased that they got this guy to work.
Yeah.
Can you guys pick up the bulb up?
Yeah.
Since it's robotics day, I thought this cute picture of a robot that I took at the Museum of Life and Science in Durham a few years ago was an appropriate picture for today. Now that I've got some caffeine in me and a couple of ibuprofen, I am feeling awesome in comparison to how I was feeling before. Yes! I stopped to get Chinese takeout tonight. I just can't handle cooking after everything today and still get me and Johnny to Taekwondo. It's that time again. Time for Taekwondo. Honest, after what I went through this morning, I wasn't going to do Taekwondo tonight, but I am feeling a lot better, so I thought I'll go. And if I start to not feel good, I can always sit down. I'm sure I won't, though. We tolerated class well. Yeah, made it through the whole class. And we all both got to practice our forms for the next testing, so that was an important class to go to. Well, we've driven 83 miles since we charged this morning, but of course, We drove more miles than that today because we charged at the Raleigh Supercharger after we dropped the boys off at school. Says I could have gone 137 more miles since I charged. I think it's a good thing we stopped this morning and put the charge in the car that we did, or we would have been tight on me doing my driving the rest of the day. Yeah, so that was a good that we had that extra 30 minutes to afford to go over there and do that. So I'm going to plug her up and pay a little bit closer attention tonight just to make sure she finishes charging. Don currently has it set to 32 amp. I'll make sure that's what he wants for tonight. Even though we now have the capability to charge on the 1450 NEMA, we've oftentimes still been charging on 1430 because we want the car to finish charging right before I leave to go to school so the battery pack is still warm versus finishing up at 1 or 2 in the morning, sitting there in the coldish garage for 3 or 4 hours, and then I get in the car to go to school. And that's been working really good for us. But we like it that we can bump it up if we need to charge more miles overnight or we need to charge faster for some reason. We like having that option, but we don't always use that option.